What is up, fine folks, and welcome back to another video with Zip Hearing. Today is going to be another discussion video, and we are going to talk about what to expect when you get new hearing aids. This video could pertain to the first-time hearing aid user, or it could also pertain to someone who's upgrading to a newer device. So let's get the basics out of the way. If you want to know my story and you want to know my journey with hearing loss and how I got into the hearing aids I own, please go ahead and click there. If you want to know more about Zip Hearing, their service, their support, and their pricing, go ahead, click on that. So you have new hearing aids, or maybe you're planning on getting new hearing aids and you don't quite know what to expect, well, you're in the right place. Because today we are going to unpack all of that. We're going to briefly talk about the things leading up to a hearing aid purchase. We're going to talk about exploring some different options. And finally, our main focus is going to be what to expect when you get these new hearing aids. The first part of this whole hearing aid process really involves your audiologist. You're going to set an appointment and you're going to have a series of discussions. You're going to talk about the challenges you've encountered with your hearing, what you think you're missing out on, and then the audiologist is most likely going to do a series of hearing tests. Once these tests are completed and the results are disclosed with you, you are then going to have a discussion about whether hearing aids are appropriate. The audiologist is going to present you with some options in terms of brands and devices and tech levels, and then you are going to be able to choose maybe a few that you maybe want to take for a test drive. You're going to test out these hearing aids and you're going to narrow it down to the one you're interested in the most. The next step is identifying what tech level you need based on your hearing loss and how much these are going to cost you, which will lead you into finding funding for these hearing aids, whether it's out of pocket or through insurance. It's different for everybody. And then you're going to do your research, and you're probably going to stumble upon Zip Hearing and find out that the prices are unbelievable. Now, with all of that behind you and you've made your purchase, you are going to be getting these hearing aids. You're going to meet with your hearing specialist or your audiologist, and they are going to do an initial fitting. They are going to work with you to select the appropriate sized accessories to use with your devices, whether that's a specific size and shape of dome or a particular length of wire going from the receiver to the device. Once the physical portion of this is completed, they are then going to run a series of tests to program these devices according to your audiogram. So now at this point, you have a functioning set of hearing aids in your ears and you are ready to go into the world and hear things the way you should. Most people may think that the buck stops there, right? That's the end of the process, all said and done, go on with your life. But it's really not. And this is what leads us to our first sort of what to expect when you get hearing aids. The initial fitting and programming is really just step one in a slightly longer process to make sure these hearing aids are working for you the way they should. You should expect that you will have to meet with the hearing specialist or audiologist a few more times to kind of fine-tune settings and preferences based on your liking. And the way you're going to figure out what you like and what you prefer is by wearing your hearing aids as much as possible. You may find that in a crowded, loud, noisy environment, you cannot hear the person you're having a conversation with. That's something that needs to be fine-tuned. You also may find that the streaming audio quality isn't loud enough by default. Or you may even find that these hearing aids are amplifying sounds that you don't want to be amplified. For example, in previous videos I have mentioned that there are sounds that we make when we speak that can be difficult for your hearing aids to properly process. And these sounds are sort of your plosives or your p sounds, or even sibilants, which is actually the s sound. The hearing aids may not pick up these plosive and sibilant sounds properly and cause distortion or even shrillness when you hear those sounds, and that is something that can easily be adjusted by your hearing specialist or audiologist. While we are on the topic of the way things sound, your voice when you speak is going to sound weird. Prior to using hearing aids, you have only really heard your own voice through the bone conduction in your jaw leading up to your ears. You don't actually hear much of your own voice coming out of your mouth and the sound entering your ears, it's more of a conductive sound through your bones. So now that you have a microphone and a receiver in your ears, you are going to hear your voice picked up in the microphone and pumped into your ears. And yeah, it's gonna sound weird. Furthermore, this process of the microphone picking up your voice and pumping it into your ears may cause a little bit of what we call an echo in the hearing experience. That is simply the delay between your production of sound and the microphone and hearing aids processing the sound and sending it into your ears. Some people have also described it as a doubling of your voice. Many hearing aid users actually do not encounter this experience, or they don't perceive the doubling, but some do, and it's something that can and will be adjusted by your hearing specialist. This doubling or this echo may not go away 100%. However, the ear is a fantastic and miraculous thing. It has the ability to adjust and accommodate many, many different things, one of which being this echo or perceived doubling of your voice. So at first, this may seem like a big deal, it may seem uncomfortable, or it may seem out of place, but I can assure you that your ear and your brain will compensate for this and adjust, and it will not really even be noticeable within a few minutes. The second thing that you're gonna have to kind of get used to is having a device in or behind or on your ear. It's just gonna feel weird. It's gonna feel foreign. It's gonna feel potentially uncomfortable. But again, your body and your brain will get used to this feeling of having something now living behind or in your ear, and it will be like it's not even there. Many hearing aid users actually state that after a while, they don't even feel the hearing aids on their ears anymore. And that's in part due to the ergonomic design of many of the hearing aids on the market and your brain and your body getting used to that feeling. The third thing that many hearing aid users talk about is that after using their hearing aids for a period of time, when they remove them, they feel like their hearing has now gotten worse. This could not be further from the truth. Many of us have been living with hearing loss for quite a long time before we even begin to entertain the idea of using a hearing aid. So we have grown accustomed to living with hearing loss, and that is our new normal. And now that we have finally sought the help that we need and we have got our hearing aids in our ears, we are exposed to a whole new world of hearing. And now the ear and the brain have become used to hearing things the way we should hear them. So when we remove the hearing aids at night, or maybe we're going in the shower, or maybe we're going swimming, now all of that hearing has been taken away and we are back to square one with our hearing loss. And in comparison to the healthy level of hearing we have with the hearing aids, now it feels like an overwhelming loss of hearing after removing the hearing aids. This is not an actual loss or lessening of your hearing ability, but rather a drastic decrease in hearing ability from using hearing aids to not using the hearing aids. And that's just something you have to get used to, and you have to understand that it's not actually you losing your hearing because of the hearing aids, but the hearing aids are doing such a good job that you are used to actually hearing things. And when you remove them, it feels awful. And the fourth and final thing we have to expect when getting new hearing aids is technology. If you are a first-time hearing aid user, or you are making a dramatic increase in technology from a prior set of hearing aids, you're gonna have to set these things up. There is a very good chance that you're going to have to connect them to your phone, you're gonna have to connect them to the company's app, and all of that can be done with the help of your hearing specialist or your audiologist. Depending on the device and depending on the phone you have, you are going to set up your connection with your hearing aids in a few different ways. If it is a MFI or made for iPhone connection, you're gonna go through the settings and the accessibility options in your iPhone. If it is a more standard Bluetooth connection protocol, you're gonna go through the settings in the Bluetooth part of your phone. You are also going to have to download the app for the hearing aids, and you're gonna have to connect those hearing aids through the app as well. This app is going to sort of serve as the control center for your hearing aid experience. You're going to be able to make adjustments, you're going to be able to change your presets, you're going to be able to manage your connection, and you're going to be able to change things on the fly using the app. So getting used to using the app is going to be a very big part of the new hearing aid experience. Learning the ins and outs of the app and the hearing aids and figuring out ways to make them work for you is very important. As an extra little bonus on the list of things to expect when you get hearing aids, we are going to have to talk about your ability to communicate. Throughout this whole process of fitting, programming, experimenting, exploring, you are going to have to be able to properly communicate your needs and desires to the people that can help you. So if you are having an issue with your hearing aids, maybe not being loud enough or not doing something that you want them to do, you need to be able to communicate that to the people that can help you. It doesn't necessarily matter the type of words you use or if you have the proper terminology, but you just have to be able to get your message across somehow. Now that we have talked about all these different things to get used to when you have new hearing aids, we have explored a few different concepts about what to expect when you get new hearing aids, but really the main thing to pull from this is that everything is about you. Your hearing aids are here to serve you and your hearing loss. Your audiologist or your hearing specialist is there to serve you. The priority in all of these things is you. So if you're uncomfortable with something or you need help learning something or you need something to be further explained, please just ask. No one is going to think less of you because you have a question about something new in your life. Your needs have to be fulfilled, and we all want you to be happy with your new hearing aid purchase. Thank you so much for watching this video, and hopefully this kind of shines some light on what to expect when you get new hearing aids. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have a question or you want to leave a comment, type it down below. Also, we want to know what videos you want to see. If you have an idea or you have a topic that you want discussed, leave it in the comments below, and we will certainly try our best to make a video about it. And if you would please click that subscribe button. It helps this channel grow and we can send more videos your way. That would be fantastic. Again, thank you so much for listening. I've been Nick. You've been great. Thank you so much.